Peace. Brother Minister 1930, back at you. Been a while, been away for a while, handling some business, some personal business. Everything is well on the home front. And I just wanted to share with you some of the books that I read, that I reference when I'm on Blog Talk. I'm a constant guest. My wife and I, RLA1, we're on the Nikki Love Show about 2 to 3 times a week. So, and the topics are political, we deal with religion, we deal with history, and some of the callers that call in, I don't know their point of reference. I just want to share my point of reference, books that I have read, and books that I constantly reference. Of course, Fall of America, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, a must read. I recommend this book to everyone. Must read, hopefully it's not too much glare. You can see it. Fall of America, once again. Our Savior Has Arrived, a must read in my collection. The Flag of Islam. These are books that you must read, whether you like them or not. I recommend them, just my opinion. Of course, a must read, Message to the Black Man. And if you hear Brother Ankh and Senator speak, you know, these men are not Muslims, but Senator said he was inspired. It was an eye-opening book for him and for Brother Ankh as well. Again, Message to the Black Man, a must read. Okay, of course, you have to have How to Eat to Live, Part 1 and Part 2. The books you should have in your collection if you're going to engage in discourse on Blog Talk, YouTube, or Facebook. I know if you did some time, you probably know about this book. 40 Laws of Power, a must read, recommended. This is just how, you know, everyday life dealings, a good book to reference. I'm not going to even sit here in front like I read this book, but this book is called The Wealth of Nations. This book is probably over 1,100 pages, but I do reference it from time to time. A definite, a must read in terms of just the origins, if you will, American origins of capitalism, of wealth, and it's a must read. A very, very large book. I'm not going to sit here and say I read it, but I reference it from time to time. The Art of War, must read, recommended. Must have it. If you are a thinker, you should have this book in your collection. Again, can you see it? The Art of War, Sun Tzu. Machiavelli, this is the Bible. This is the Bible, if you will, for politicians. The Prince, Machiavelli. Little controversy. We don't run from it. We kind of run to it. You know what this book is? Black Man's Guide, Understanding the Black Woman. Must read, Charles Ali. There's a few books in my collection. Before the Mayflower, Jerome Bennett Jr. An extensive history of us, the black man here in the wilderness of North America. Miseducation of the Negro, Carter G. Woodson, must read, comes highly recommended. The book that we constantly reference for upcoming debates and ongoing debates, Theology of Time, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I guess the most referenced page in this book is the page where the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad speaks of the Prophet Muhammad of 1,400 years ago being a white man. So get it in your collection so you can reference it and put it in proper context. And of course, Stolen Legacy. This is by George G.M. James. Must read. And it's a few books in the collection. Of course, a book that's constantly brought up by Brother Ankh. And this is by Chancellor Williams, Destruction of Black Civilization. Again, a must read. Whether you're a Muslim, a Jew, an atheist, a Christian, agnostic, a 5%er, wherever you claiming to be, this is it's a must read. Wherever your foundation is, I recommend it. Chancellor Williams, Destruction of Black Civilization. And there's many more in the collection. You know, I can't go through all right now, all the books I've read or referenced, but we have to have a source that we're coming from. So this is my source of reference. I have, I have like 4 or 5 Bibles in the house. I have the Holy Quran, Maulana Muhammad Ali, Yusuf Abdullah Ali, Mamadou Pickthall, Taqiyuddin al-Halali,
Dr. Muhsin Khan, because these books are books that, you know, are brought up. You know, you'll hear brothers saying, I read in this book, I read in that book. There's a few books in my collection that I go through, I reference, I peruse through. Of course, there's many more. But, you know, when you're debating and when you're in discourse, come with the sources, come with the facts. Leave the emotions alone. We can have good discourse on Blog Talk, YouTube, or Facebook. With that, peace, and I'm out.